Lesson 9, decision making. Better decisions, so important. There are fateful moments in life, where you work, what you study, who you spend your time with, buying a house, selling a house. These decisions have important consequences very often for the long time. So you want to make the best decisions possible. The payoff over time can be absolutely enormous. So here is a decision-making methodology. I call it GOFA. And GOFA stands for Rethink Your Goals, Generate Options, Find Out Data, Be Mindful of Emotions, because remember we're full of biases that can pull us in various directions, and then reverse out if need be. In other words, no matter how good your decision, it may be wrong. It doesn't matter how carefully you think, you might get it wrong and you need to reverse out. So GOFA, G for goals, O for options, F for find out data, E for emotions, and R for reverse. Now, why is this such a powerful methodology? And the answer is a process helps. So we know from extensive study that groups or organizations or individuals who use a decision-making method tend to make decisions many, many times better. And the effect over time is enormous. So I commend this to you. Now, the G, we tend to solve the wrong problems, as we discussed earlier. So whatever decision you're making, it's useful to align it with your broader goals in your organization or career or life. O, we tend to have tunnel vision. So more options means better outcomes. So unless you're under incredible time pressure, it's emergency, you want to generate options. You want to be a bit more creative about your decision making. And that can have a vast effect on the quality of that decision. Find out data. We tend to trust the gut. Now, again, your instinct, your gut can be superb when there's no data available, when you haven't got time. It's really excellent, actually, to be tuned into your instincts. It's a wonderful thing. But a lot of big decisions in life just aren't like that. It's well worth finding out data, testing your assumptions, finding out more, researching. You'll make a better decision that way. E, so you need to somehow detach from your emotions. We have strong biases and emotional pull. How can you detach? Well, take time off from the decision, do something else, go and walk up a hill, have a holiday, meditate, anything that gets you into a different state of mind, detached from the issue. You'll tend to look back at the challenge and the decision you need to make with a bit more clarity. So a bit of emotional detachment is a powerful thing. And then R, the best decisions, as we said earlier, can be wrong. It's really useful to think about how you might reverse out, to undo that decision if it turns out to be terrible. Sometimes you might want to set a tripwire that says, look, here's the decision. We can monitor the consequences. If it gets to be this bad, we just have to accept we've got it wrong. Now, a lot of people find that difficult because they've got emotional commitment. They've got all sorts of biases and ego involved. And it's really hard with human hubris and pride to admit you got it wrong. Well, better to admit you got it wrong. And one way to do that is to prepare to be wrong initially. So think about how you might be in error and how you can retract and reverse out from that decision. Okay, quick example. Should I leave work and be self-employed? Well, maybe one of your goals in life is autonomy and making the best of your skills. Maybe you're in a job that offers autonomy. A lot of jobs, of course, don't. Maybe the job makes use of your skills. Maybe it doesn't. So it's worth thinking about your goals and how well jobs fit those goals. Oh, what are your options here? Well, you could do something self-employed as a side thing, evening and weekends. You could leave the job later, months or years into the future. You could get a better job that better suits you. Maybe you could find a mentor to help think things through, to get more clarity. Find out data. Well, you can research income potential. You could talk to contacts. There's all sorts of things you could do to work out the potential of both a job or jobs and being self-employed. So go and get data. E, so you want to spend time, maybe go for long walks on your own, reflect, talk to friends, take notes, all sorts of things you can do to get a bit more clarity on that difficult emotional decision. A lot of people, particularly men, tend to underestimate the emotional pull one way or the other. So any way to get detachment is helpful. Reverse out. Well, how could you do that? You could keep good relationships with your prior employers, or you could just explore other jobs. You don't have to take them, but at least those avenues are available to you. So if the self-employment does not go well, you have other options available to you. Exercise 9.1, apply Gopher to any big decision you have to make. So apply this methodology. Maybe you're thinking about changing jobs, changing career, changing industry, maybe a new type of study or course you want to take that's a big time commitment. So apply this decision-making methodology to that deliberation. Maybe you're thinking about moving house or area. Maybe you're thinking about new lines of products or services in your business. So try the decision-making methodology in one of those areas. Lesson 9, summary. Do you understand that decisions can be challenging? Humans are, we're so error-prone and full of cognitive biases. A decision-making method helps enormously. It helps us be more rigorous. It helps us be more creative. It helps us be more detached in a way that helps objectivity and clarity and has enormous consequences for the quality of those decisions over time. In the next lesson, we look at mind mapping and linear mapping.